I think like a couple of months ago, I received a message from this person that I guess searched for big data connectors internally, right? And I'm assuming it was in connections. And he reached out to me and he said, "Hey, I have this problem with big data connectors." And I was so confused. I was like, "Is this a graph question? Like data connecting, you know?" And he said something like, "No, it's big data connectors, you know?" And I was very confused. And then he said something like, "Oh, I think Melly is the product manager for that." And I was like, I felt so bad because I was like, wow, I don't even know my product. Like, I didn't even know we manage this too, you know? And I'm assuming that he looked up data connectors, he found Melly, and then he said, maybe, sometimes when you're like in sales or whatever, you might just reach out to the person under the manager, right? And in that case, aka me, right? And then I reached out to Melly and I was like, "Hey Melly, I someone reached out to me about big data connectors, and honestly I have no idea, like, is this anything to do with graphs?" And she was like, "Oh no, this is a product that I used to manage back in the day and I still get questions." So, and she has like two or three more products like that, so I'm like, wow, she's doing like graph and she has like all of these other little products that she used to manage and she still cares about them, so she still manages them basically. And it's like crazy to me, how she does all of these things. And at the same time, I come to her and I'm like, "Hey, Melly, can you help me with this, please? Or can you help me with this HR stuff?" And she has to like remember all of this, and take care of it. And I don't know. That's just so crazy to me, you know?
No, I've always been super impressed by that, where Jeff's the same way. Like it's cool to hear
Yeah.
that Melly is that, where and just all the people I've like interacted with, both in my like career at Oracle, like Frank and Sangita, like they genuinely cared.
Yeah.
And in database PM, everyone there cares. But I think the way that like you survive the fact and thrive, and
Mm-hmm.
that our job is so loose and weird in terms of it's very blurry lines of what's our responsibility and what's not, is the fact that everyone, it's not just like I only care about one little thing and
Mm-hmm.
everyone outside that can like go F off. It's you care about your work and like helping people, and you take like not just an interest in what you do, but also like the connecting parts of it and also what you've done in the past. Because if I've noticed anything since being at Oracle 2.5 years, like you never know what you work on,
Mm-hmm.
just like those little seeds you plant in all these different places, like how it can bloom into
Exactly.
like cool things, like where it's like even like just like with Melly being like, oh, that's something I used to work on, but I can still help because how many,
Exactly.
because if I'm not going to help them, like who is, kind of thing, because there's
Yep.
only because there's so many people running around with specialized knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a very cool cultural thing I've noticed here.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.